I just realised my webcam's not on. Let's turn that on. Boop. There we go. So it's not a huge thing. Elemental will give you a bit more of a boost later on in the run, doesn't help early, and fire rate is okay, but it does mean you tend to have to reload more often. I have a lot of Commando runs at the moment. Everyone seems to be going absolutely ballistic over it, and it's winding me up because I can't play Commando, so I'm having to play Commando to try and keep up, and I'm getting tranced, but we'll see how things go. Now, one thing I will say is woomys a very good runner, but they have been out of the scene for a little bit, so I'm not going to be commenting too much about rocket jumps or aim or like ground pounds, because I know woomy's got all of that. It just needs some warming up. So we'll just commenting mainly on weapon choices and items. So far, egg's really good, frog's fine, early pick. Grandma's okay to take off the bat. You do kind of want to get rid of it in that safe area back there, but woomy unfortunately didn't get anything lucky, but still manages to get 47 seconds, which is faster than most people can do, so you know, testament to how good woomy actually can be. I'm grabbing some marking. That's good. You can see there that the seasoned running of woomy of checking the items before picking up stuff. It's a really good habit that a lot of newer runners don't do. Beluga cannon again, it's okay early, but you do really want to try and get rid of it by quarry, so it's unfortunate that RNG has meant that he's picking it up here rather than getting rid of it here. But egg coming through with those guaranteed crits. And Beluga unfortunately just doesn't quite have the damage. Okay, so I don't know if woomy has just decided that the items they've got so far are good enough, because they are. So he just wants to save a couple extra seconds, or if this is old muscle memory kicking in, because we didn't used to run any of the corrupted rooms because it was just quicker not to. So it could just be old muscle memory, or woomy could just have decided that the kit they've got is good enough. Baby Boom second pickup. I'm umming and ahhing about if that is worthwhile. Been trying out a few different strategies to try and get the edge over people, because skill alone isn't enough for me anymore. Not good enough anymore. I need to actually have builds. A Baby Boom second pickup is okay if RNG is on your side, or it sucks if it's not. There are more consistent pickups you can get, but I can understand taking it and not bothering or not wanting to risk rerolls early. It's definitely, if you're going to do kaboom runs, so run with a kaboom grenade, which by the way can go faster than what we've seen with a lot of our recent runs. Oh, we're taking a B cannon for a little bit extra DPS. Okay, I like it. But yeah, as I was saying, if you're taking kaboom grenade to get a little bit of an edge, or just a different route, well, not a different route, take the build in a different direction, is what I'm trying to say. Then you do want Baby Boom really early, because 30% damage if you're hitting multiple targets is really big for kaboom grenade, especially on standard. But the build path's a little bit awkward and it's a bit more RNG based. So starting off very strong here, 235, like a 147 Canyon is better than I've been doing recently with optimal drops, so at the moment it's just RNG that's kind of dropping it for woomy. Here Here will be a little bit of a knowledge thing, because Woomy hasn't played as much in the most recent ones. Taking that Gorilla Bolter there would have been the play. Keeping it over the B cannon probably, because it's one of the better single target DPSs that work with the kind of builds that Commandos are going at the moment. That was a weird rocket jump. That should have sent him flying, but it didn't. Very good. There, you probably could have got a bit of a better angle if you'd grappled up and then rocket jump, but again, this is something which will just come back to Woomy after a few more days of running. You've gone the wrong direction there, you need to go under. As soon as you hit C, you leave. Yep, they know that. Good job. 55 seconds again is really good. This is a 9:24, so this is one of the faster runs. So I can see. Oh, I can see that this is a good run. Not world record. Still about 20 seconds slower than what was world record at the time of this recording. At the time of Woomy's recording, that is. Has been beaten. We will be looking at that run today as well, which is a crazy run. Well, the time's crazy, I've not watched it yet. I have to make sure Aleppo hasn't, or Alepengu has not cheated. I'm sure they haven't. Hope I got their name right as well. This is just quite a standard way station. Not a huge amount of optimization issues here, just a couple of rocket jumps, which obviously I said I wouldn't get into. Now this is where I would probably take warning rockets, honestly. I know the meta pick is chromatic at the moment, but we're relying quite a lot on this beluga, and the beluga doesn't do burn damage, so it's not getting any benefit from chromatic. Not a bad way station. It's actually a better way station than some runs I've seen that have gone quicker than this run. It is Woomy time. Again, so far Woomy needs to be not too harsh on themselves for this run, because the RNG's not been in their favour. They've got okay items, but their weapons just aren't top notch, so to still get a really good time with these weapons is scary. Not a bad jump. I don't know if Woomy knows about the grav cancel slide jumps. It's true, Woomy has been a bit renowned for never having particularly good RNG, but is always a solid player. And to be honest, most of the damage they just took, that's purely and solely because of the gear just isn't high enough damage to do this drop in, kill fast, get out strat. If you're not killing fast enough, you have to dodge so many shots, and you will just take shots. Not bad grapple. Bit lost on the map. I've been doing that a lot today. So I've been playing off stream while the kids have been playing on and off. There we go. Clutch it out. I do feel like that was a slow haven, but again, that's the gear. Yeah, 113 is unfortunately super slow. If RNG had given him a good haven drop so that the damage was good, that could have easily been a 1 minute or less. Frustration of just nothing dropping. You can see that Woomy knows that his RNG is just screwed in this round. I honestly don't know how Woomy's had such a good time with such a bad gun. I suspect Egg is actually doing a lot more than I'm giving it credit for in this run, to be honest. Bruh, Beluga OP, yo. Used to be the go-to weapon for speedrunning. But Rise Up don't like elemental energy weapons. They all get nerfed to the ground. They don't like elemental explosive weapons either. So Beluga's doubly screwed there. Just a fairly standard harmony. I'd take warning rockets here. It's that or marking, really. It's the two that I would consider. That was a speedy rocket jump. I didn't see that we snagged a missile battery midway through that jump. If you can get burn on that, that would be big. Or you could just get a free will buckshot, yeah. You are losing like 30% DPS because of that, but I respect the pick. And it chunks, look at that. I am contemplating having to go, I think the new world record goes with hot potato. So every reload is like 2 seconds loss, so I can see why you would potentially run hot potato. But like, is the DPS loss of not having like 30% extra damage gonna make up for it? I just don't know. It doesn't sit right with me. I love the missile Gatling, it looks so cool when it's just raining down hell. It just doesn't quite do enough damage. I mean, for balance purposes it does do enough damage, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it needs a buff. It's not what I'm saying at all. It is a DPS weapon, not a spike weapon, like most explosives. We have seen what happens if that thing was actually stronger. Did a goofy little run on G4 last night. Woomys on her in voice chat, grabbed Egg first room and went crit Kramer. Died in Harmony like 30 something seconds ahead of world record. People sleep on the Kramer, they really do. I think people sleep on Egg as well. It's a very strong item. Yep, had to take damage to get damage in balloon. Yep, that's the kicker. Oh Woomy, you've got frog, you need to be in the air. You lost DPS there. Man, Harmony's difficult. Harmony is where every single one of my Elementalist ability runs have gone, because I can beat world record at the moment with ability Elementalist, which is quite funny. But I have to be running remote, and getting hacked in Harmony is just painful. Scary time considering. Good job, Woomy. So yeah, for the most part, there wasn't really many decisions wrong, per se. Woomy did have the option of getting a bolter, which would probably have been a better idea than going as far as you did with Beluga. But you also had stone block, so I can see the decision making behind it. I don't think it's necessarily wrong either way, but I think Bolter probably would have been stronger. Yeah, it was mostly just RNG, and then just like some rocket jumps flubbing, which was either the game or nerves or rust, really. Like, Woomy's gonna get, if Woomy carries on, Woomy's gonna get this world record in the next few days. Quite easily, I would think. Alright, let's verify this. 9, 24, 579, Commando Standard fridge percent.